so the one thing I want to kind of address is from a nutrition standpoint, right? Because everybody always asks, what can I do for nutrition? And I think, I know, Dan, you get this question is like, well, how should I eat? What should I eat? And, should I do keto? Should I do vegan? Should I do vegetarian? I will be the first to tell you that on this podcast, we will never recommend vegan. We all love our meat here. And we love our bacon, we love our steaks, and yeah, we love our protein. But anyways, so from a nutrition standpoint, one of the things we want to look at is how does your body react to the foods that you're putting in, right? This is kind of if you want a general thumb, if you want to like a one-liner, if you're putting food in your body and it makes you feel like shit, stop eating it. It's really it's simple as it doesn't matter whether it's vegan, it doesn't matter whether it's keto, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're eating grass. Like if your body feels like crap when you're eating it, stop eating it. And if you have a unique food sensitivity, roll with it. Because like, I'll give you an example. My body doesn't like eggs. I ate eggs like a fiend when I was working out. When I'm in my mid-20s, I ate like eggs by the dozen. And come to find out, once I realized eggs were causing a problem, it made a world of a difference for me. So, from foods, if you're eating it and it's causing brain fog, constipation, indigestion, achy joints the next day, all this stuff can be associated to just inflammation within the body. So when you're eating, that's like, if that's a one line you want to walk away with, you want a fad diet, stop eating shit that your body doesn't like.
Amen, man. That's a huge point. That's why I always hated when I would see people that were trainers. I don't even want to call them, but false nutritionists. Where they're just sticking people on a standard diet.
Yeah.
No one person necessarily. Everybody's different. So like you're talking about the egg thing. If I eat dozens of eggs, I just get lean and shredded.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a completely different, and my body feels amazing on it. And nobody would necessarily look at the both of us and say, "Well, why would you not?" Because everybody's body's different. Everybody's body reacts to different foods in a different manner, and that's why you have to pay attention to your own body.
Yeah.
Even when I suggest diets for people, it's a very generalized thing, and that's what I say to everybody: as you're eating this stuff, pay attention to how you feel. If you don't feel more energy, more focus. If if anything goes wrong, you got to take notes on this. And I used to do it where I'd have people take notes, and every week we'd reconvene and talk about what they ate during that week, try and bring different foods in. How did you feel? And go back and try to hone in their diet. Not everybody has the money to go out and spend a couple $1,000s on a food allergy test to tell them what their body reacts best to, but I think the best experience is by people trying out foods, try them out for, a week straight, using them, maybe every day or every other day, and see what your body feels like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. Yeah. The other thing too, I'm gonna tell if anybody that's listening to this is the government. Don't listen to the government in terms of what's healthy and what's not. Okay, please don't. For the love of God, please don't listen to the government what they tell you. Not that they're completely wrong, but every person's like fat. I think a lot of us remember right when we were all told fat was bad. Right? You remember those? Remember those days?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
all of a sudden it's the in thing.
Yeah, like fat is your body needs fat. Your body needs fat for hormones. Your body needs. A lot of people don't realize that, the cholesterol is like the source of a lot of our hormones, like testosterone and all these important hormones. And people, they have, cholesterol blockers and telling you, cholesterol's horrible. In reality, only 1% of the dietary cholesterol you eat actually ever ends up in your bloodstream. Enjoy your bacon. Enjoy your eggs, people. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, for men especially, I mean, the number one, I would say the top two causes for men dying young is probably heart disease and something to do with their prostate. And both of those things are heavily controlled by your hormones, and your hormones are heavily controlled by fats.
Yes.
So get your fats right.
Yeah, I love it. And then I think, from an exercise standpoint, it's, I think kind of a rule of thumb, an easy rule of thumb for this is just like, if it hurts, don't do it. Like if you're getting tingling, if you're getting joint pains, like there's no, Dan, you can give me your 2 cents on this, but I always tell people is, if you're not unless you're getting paid to be injured and hurt, have your joints hurt, don't do it. Because at least for me, I'm more worried about picking up my daughter and being able to run around and enjoy myself and not being in pain. So I don't know. Do you anything you want to add to that?
Oh no, I mean, as you literally were saying that, I was thinking about this time. Oh man, I mean, this has got to be 16 or 17 years ago, and Jay Cutler, the former Mr. Olympia, was in my hometown, and I got about to spend about 2 hours with him when he was doing an event. When he got done with the event, because I knew the guys that were running the event, so when everybody cleared out, I got to hang out and just talk to him. And at the time, I was still attempting to be a competitive bodybuilder, still putting myself through weights that I probably shouldn't have been doing, created some of the injuries I had. And it's the one thing that stood out to me. He was like, I wouldn't be doing this to my body if I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
And it made me think. I was at least mature enough at that point to think, yeah, I mean, he makes total sense. I'm not getting paid to do this. Why am I beating myself up?
Yeah.
You know? And just to hear it coming from somebody like that, and the way you just said it, it just made me like all of a sudden remember this moment from like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's so true because I think we like that. There's an element as men when we lean into difficult tasks. There's actually an element of pleasure to it. It's why guys actually enjoy some of this difficulty, and sometimes we're self-sabotaging and make things worse on ourselves. Self-masochizing, is that a word?